There is someone out there who still thinks about you far more than you realize. Someone who carries a quiet ache in their chest every time your name crosses their mind. Someone who goes through their day pretending everything is fine. But the moment silence falls, your memory hits them like a wave. People don't miss faces, they miss feelings. And you gave this person a feeling they can't replace, no matter how hard they try. Maybe you feel their energy sometimes without understanding why. Maybe their name shows up in your thoughts at random moments. Maybe you get sudden heaviness in your heart, or you feel a strange pull toward them even after a long time apart. That's not imagination. That's emotional connection. When two souls once touched deeply, distance does not break the bond. It only hides it for a while. Someone is missing you deeply because your presence in their life was not ordinary. You brought comfort, understanding, and peace. You saw them differently, cared for them gently, and touched parts of their heart no one else ever reached. Now that you're gone, they feel the emptiness like a shadow following them everywhere. They may pretend they've moved on, but their mind still repeats your moments together like a quiet film only they can see. You were home to them, even if they never said it. And losing a person who feels like home is not something the heart forgets. It remembers. It aches. It hopes. It waits. Someone is missing you right now not because they are weak, but because what you gave them was real. And real connections never disappear. They stay, silently, inside the heart that still longs for you. Someone is missing you deeply because something inside them still remembers you in ways they can't fully explain. It's not just memory. It's the emotional imprint you left on their heart. There are certain people in life whose presence becomes a part of our inner world. Even when the relationship fades, the attachment doesn't. It stays quietly, like an echo. And the person who misses you right now carries that echo inside them every single day, whether they say it or not. This person misses you because they felt something with you that they can't feel with anyone else. People meet countless faces in their lifetime, but very few leave an emotional scar, the kind that hurts even when touched lightly. You are that person for them. You awakened something in them. Comfort, warmth, peace, excitement, and maybe even a love they weren't ready for. They miss the way you made them feel human in a world that often forces people to be cold. They miss you because you understood parts of them that even they didn't fully understand. You listened when others ignored. You noticed details no one else cared about. You saw their softness behind their stubbornness, their fears behind their jokes, their wounds behind their silence. When someone feels seen by you, losing you becomes painful. You weren't just another person in their life. You were an emotional mirror. When you left, a part of them felt like it disappeared too. Someone is missing you deeply because you brought peace into their life in ways they didn't know they needed. You made their chaotic days feel softer. You made their nights feel less lonely. They could be themselves with you without pretending to be strong. They miss that freedom. People don't miss faces. They miss feelings. And the feeling of being safe with you is something their heart still holds onto tightly. This person misses you because the connection was real for them. Even if they tried to deny it, even if their actions confused you, even if they walked away, something deep in their soul knows the truth. You mattered. Maybe they didn't show it properly. Maybe fear made them run. Maybe their ego pushed them to stay silent. But their heart hasn't stopped calling your name in the quietest moments. They miss you in ways they don't confess to anyone. They think about you before sleeping. They think about you when a similar voice appears in a crowd. They think of you when a small detail reminds them of a moment you both shared. Even tiny things, a song, a place, a quote, a joke, a fragrance, can make their chest tighten. They pretend they've moved on, but their soul still whispers your name when everything around them becomes silent. Someone is missing you deeply because they know they hurt you. They know they pushed you away when all you wanted was closeness. They know they stayed silent when you needed reassurance. They know they gave you mixed signals when you deserved clarity. And guilt has a strange way of turning into longing. They replay conversations in their head, wishing they had said the right thing instead of the hurtful thing. They wish they hadn't acted strong when they were actually breaking. This person misses you because they've tried to replace you, but failed. They met other people, tried new connections, forced themselves to move on, but nothing felt like you. No other voice gave them the same sense of calm. No other eyes made them feel that spark. No other energy aligned with theirs the way yours did. You set a standard without even trying, and now everyone else feels less. When someone realizes your worth too late, missing you becomes a permanent ache in their chest. They miss your kindness, your patience, your respect. You cared in a way that didn't feel forced. You loved in a way that didn't require attention or drama. Your presence was like quiet warmth, something they took for granted until it was gone. Now, the absence feels louder than your presence ever did. Every peaceful thing reminds them of you. Every lonely moment reminds them of how they lost something rare. Someone is missing you deeply because you were not temporary to them, even if the situation made it look that way. Some souls connect beyond logic. You touched their soul in a moment when they least expected it. You showed up like a blessing during a phase of their life where they needed understanding more than anything. And blessings don't fade easily. They stick to memory like a beautiful scar. This person misses you because time hasn't healed the distance. It made it worse. The more days pass, the more they realize how special you were. Time reveals the truth. The right people stay in your heart even if they leave your life. They thought distance would help them forget, but distance only magnified your importance. They replay your laughter. They imagine your reactions. They think about how things would be if they hadn't pushed you away. They miss you because the bond you shared wasn't random. It was the kind of connection people search for and rarely find. A meeting written by destiny. A timing that felt spiritually aligned. Some people believe that souls recognize each other before bodies do. You were familiar to them in ways they couldn't explain, and now your absence feels like losing something that was always meant to be theirs. They are missing you because their life hasn't been the same since you left. The moments that used to be joyful now feel incomplete. They scroll through photos but stop at yours unconsciously. They open old chats but can't bring themselves to delete them. They read old messages pretending it doesn't hurt. They remember how you made even ordinary moments feel meaningful. They miss waking up to your words, hearing your voice, and feeling your presence. Someone misses you deeply because they know you truly cared for them. And deep down, they believe no one else will care like that again. They fear they may never find another soul who understands them, forgives them, believes in them, and brings out the best version of them the way you did. You didn't love them for their potential. You loved them for who they were. That is rare, and rare things are always missed when lost. They miss you because you challenged them to grow emotionally. You didn't let them stay in their brokenness. You pushed them towards healing. You encouraged them to face their insecurities. You saw the best in them when they only saw flaws. You were an emotional mirror and a gentle teacher. Now, without you, they feel lost. They feel like something inside them has dimmed. Someone is missing you deeply because you were home to them, and they didn't realize it until they walked away. Home isn't a place. It's a person who makes you feel understood. You were that comfort, that safety, that warmth. And now their soul feels cold without you. They miss the conversations, the late-night talks, the laughter, the comfort, the silent moments, the emotional intimacy, and the spiritual bond. They miss your honesty, your sincerity, your loyalty, and the way you cared without expecting anything. They miss the way you made them feel alive. They miss who they were when they were with you. Calmer, softer, happier. Someone is missing you deeply because missing you is the only connection left. It's the last thread they hold on to, even if they pretend to be strong. It reminds them that what you both shared was real. It reminds them that they still have a chance to fix things, if they gather the courage. And maybe they miss you because they still love you. Not loudly, not publicly, not obviously, but silently, deeply, in a way that never truly ended.